And it seems with that we're live again. Welcome back everybody. I am once again Kaitil. I'll be your host for the next run. And the big question is everyone ready for some Resident Evil 3 remake? Because I know
Yes.
I am. So I am immediately gonna hand it over to dayc. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Cathal. Welcome everybody to Resident Evil 3. For those who haven't played any of the Resident Evil remakes, they're brilliant. You should go pick them up. 3 is more action-based, and I will be running you through all of the different intricacies of this relatively short speed run. Should be just under an hour, I hope. So I'm going to load up the game first, and then I will pause it, and I will give you a countdown for the timer. So we're going to play New Game Standard. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so in Resident Evil 3, we start with a few cutscenes, and we start with a first-person scene where we need to make our way around Jill's apartment. We go into the bathroom, we turn off the sink, and this ends up being a nightmare where she thinks she's turning into a zombie and she wakes up at her desk. So a lot of this is obviously contextualized in the cutscenes, but we'll be skipping a lot of those to try and make our way through the game as fast as possible. We go back to third-person mode, and we make our way to the ringing phone. Who could that be? Here, we need to wait for her to put the phone up to her ear so that we can be facing the right way in the next cutscene. Resident Evil 3 has some really strange interactions with cutscenes sometimes, so you need to make sure you keep an eye out for that. Nemesis is chasing us now. If you don't know what Nemesis is, he's basically a modified tyrant, big zombie basically, who will hunt down STARS members, Jill and Brad, who just rang us on the phone. So down these stairs we need to do something called stair skating, where we will try not to mess that up as badly as that. And what we do is we just mash a direction down the stairs, which will give us a little bit of extra speed. In the Resident Evil remakes, 2 and 3, you take every step one at a time. So you really want to try and get past that animation as fast as possible. There are 2 ways to stair skate. There is mashing the button, which is slightly slower, or there is aim cancelling, which gives you a little boost forward along the stairs. So here we meet Brad. You probably recognise him from Resi 1 and Resi 2 Remake if you've played that. But he's the guy that called us on the phone, and he's going to guide us through this little opening sequence here, where we see the world kind of, blowing up around us. And we get sprint here, which is good. We go a little bit faster. And then we get to see lots of zombies, and we're going to make our way through Barjack. We skip this cutscene, but Brad takes a bite for us, and we get our first weapon, pistol. I'm just going to run straight away from this zombie. And what we're going to do is we're going to move over to this fire hydrant here so that we don't take a stun from that falling sign. Normally that stuns you, and you get like a couple of seconds delay, and obviously we don't want that because we want to go fast. So we're going to do a little aim cancel up there, and we also get an extra move in this game, which is the dash. So you can do, or the stagger I call it. And Jill will stagger forward at varying degrees. You can do it 3 times in a row, and staggers are balanced by, you can gain more distance, but they're balanced by slowing you down at the end of the stagger. So what you saw there was a triple stagger into an animation. If you go into an animation or a ladder or something like that, that cancels out the stopping power of the stagger, then you want to do that because you're getting the benefit of the distance without paying the price of the slow. What you just saw there was a perfect dodge. Now, a perfect dodge is new to Resident Evil 3 Remake, and it allows us to circumvent zombies if we perfectly time the dodge as they're grabbing us. So we make our way up into this car here, and Nemesis closes in on us. And these are just quick time events. Very, very simple thing. And we're going to try and drive him off the roof. Cool. Right, and then we get to see Nemesis's face. You know, he's been to the dentist, he wants to show off his teeth. So, after that little scene there, we can just skip a few cutscenes. We get saved by a guy called Carlos. Carlos works for the UBCS, and he saw us getting chased by Nemesis, hit him with a rocket launcher, and here we are. So he's going to take us to the subway car, where his crew are hiding out and trying to get evac people from the city. There's not really much you can do in this sequence. This is just quite, you know, linear. And you can see there when I was moving down those stairs, you can see my aim flicking up, and that just gives us a little boost down the stairs so that we don't take them one at a time, as I was saying earlier. We can actually squeeze past Carlos here. Sorry?
Would now be a good moment for 2 donations.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, great. We have a €25 donation from White Feather saying, "Good luck on the runs," smiley face. And we have a €20 donation from Wascals saying, "Let's go, dayc. Let Nemi be nice, the normies fed, and the RNG in your favor. Hashtag bless this run."
Excellent. So I should probably explain what the normies are. In fact, I'll explain what the normies are when we get to that. So this scene here would have been a walkie-talkie scene. That is normally classed as a cutscene. And what we can do is the in-game timer would normally stop there. So we would go all the way to the end of the room without skipping that. But this time, because we're in a marathon, we're going to skip it. We've taken a safety herb, we've run past the zombie, and we've picked up some ammo. So what we need to try and do around here is we need to try and bait this guy. And we did, which is good. That was a little bit of a wide swing from me there. Right, and then we're just going to triple dodge into a cutscene. And again, we're going to make our way around these zombies here and blow them up with this barrel. Yes, there are explosive barrels in Resi now. Love a good red barrel. So we're going to try and make our way past all of these zombies and into the donut shop. Pick up some more ammo here just for safety. And then we're going to perfect dodge past this guy here. Blow him up. And this is the subway control room. So we need to... Oh, that was an interesting dodge. You didn't perfect dodge. So we need to go into here. This is normally where you get the shotgun, but we're just going to take a grenade. Oh no, we're not. We're going to take a grenade now. We're going to discard that because we don't need it. And sometimes if you spend a little bit too long in there, he will be right outside the door waiting for you. So we go in here. We get the grenade and the hose. And the hose lets us put out a flaming alleyway. This is going to be a little bit difficult. Okay, we got past him, that's good. And back through the donut shop. And just bait all those zombies over there, that'll do. Fast as we can up these stairs. That was a little bit awkward because I didn't get that perfect dodge and I didn't put the hose pipe into the first slot in my inventory like this. So what you can do is you can have like quicker inventory access if you use the first slot in there, and just tap a couple of menu buttons and instantly use it. Which I usually realign those items after I've done that second perfect dodge, but something went a little bit wrong there. Okay, so we want to try and make our way past these doggos now. Something in this is going to make a lot of people very ill, and I do apologise, but something in this game, which normally doesn't go that badly, is called camera manipulation. And you can try and force enemies that are chasing you or sort of after you into doing different things with camera manipulation. So that's why we wiggle the camera there. We're going to pick up an extra bag, and we're going to dump some stuff in the box and move along. Interesting thing to note in this game is that in caution health, just Jill, because you play as Carlos later, just Jill will move very slightly faster. So there's tactics in normal runs where you would, you know, purposely damage yourself. And so here, we're going to open this box, and we're going to get a lockpick out of it. Anything with a yellow lock you see here is lock-pickable. And we're going to access the door straight away, and then use one of our herbs, because what we have in us now is a parasite. I think they're fleas. They look like spiders, but I believe they're fleas, and they force a parasite into your stomach. You need to use a green herb to get rid of it. And then what they do is they chase you around this substation, and they try to, obviously, put a parasite in you again, like that, which is a bit annoying. So, fortunately, I took the safety herb here, and he will put us out of that animation, which is nice of him. Normally that animation is extremely long. Okay, and then we're going to triple dash to the ladder, just make our way around to the extra switches. And there's 4 switches in total that we need to do. Okay, there we go. Sometimes they will just hit you, sometimes like that, and sometimes they will try and give you a parasite. Little hits are okay. And they will chase you every so often around there. So you can look back and see whether any are chasing you and try and shoot them off the ceiling or the floor or whatever. Hopefully that last one doesn't chase us. That's a bit difficult when that happens sometimes. Because you can get 2 that chase you at the same time. Like, you saw one was on the floor, one was on the ceiling, so you've got to have reasonably good reflexes on that.
I do have another donation addressed to you, if you have a second.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I've got a €10 donation from CK saying, "Happy to support a good cause. You've got mad skills, Day. You're going to smash this."
Thank you, CK. I appreciate that. Right. Sorry, that was a bit of reflex there with me waiting through the radio call. So what we're going to do is we've turned the power back on, and we need to go and reroute the subway car. We do a little aim cancel there as Nemesis breaks through the wall, tries to hurt us, and that just allows us to stop the stun happening. We shock Nemesis there with the shock box. I'm actually going to take these shotgun bullets here just to be a little bit safe. And then we're going to walk back out, back through the donut shop, back through back to the subway office, and reroute the subway car. Okay, so this bit here, we're going to aim cancel down the stairs while looking backwards, otherwise Nemesis will whip us with his tentacle, and we can shock him as he comes in there. Now there might be someone behind this door, and there is. We managed to dodge him, that's good. That's a very difficult area, especially when you start speedrunning this game. That area can really catch you out. There's a few areas like that in this game, where it gets really intense very fast. Okay, so we have to do a little puzzle here. And it's all timed. There's like a base time limit. So as long as you get there before they finish a certain amount of talking, you will get this in time. So we reroute the subway car. And then we go back out, back through the donut shop. It's a lot of back and forth, really, in this initial stage. And Nemesis will chase us. Some more, of course. So now we're going to see a new enemy type. We're going to see the Squidwards. And that's kind of a difficult one to avoid. You kind of need to just dodge at the door and hope that you get there before he whips you. Okay, I'm going to go straight ahead. We're going to play chicken with Nemesis, and we lost, unfortunately. Oh dear, that's not good. That is unfortunate. We will continue. That is real unfortunate, actually. Can't remember the last time that happened. Okay, so we're not that far away. Straight back through the donut shop. Skip this. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to shock him and shock the squid head behind him. Okay, we're going to look at the floor here, a little bit more camera manipulation because we don't want him to jump in front of us. And then we're going to perfect dodge past that zombie. And then we've got another one in here. And then this is the first area we came out of. And we just duck under there before he grabs us. And make sure that we are running back through to the subway car. I'm going to take this herb, safety reasons, as we've already seen. Now, in this area, Jill decides that she wants a second round with Nemesis, and we have to kind of run away from him. This is probably a good time for any more donations, if there's any. Not much happening.
Certainly, certainly. We have another €15 donation from Visu saying, "Good luck, dayc, and to all the runners in the marathon." Thank you very much. So, you have a few more seconds, or?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, great. I want to inform each and every one of you that you can stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. Get a behind-the-scenes look of the event and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathons, events, and more. We're also in the process of uploading all our VODs to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BSG Marathon. Be sure to check it out and subscribe to find 2 new videos a day in your feed.
Nice. That's good. So down here, we're in the sewers now. We've escaped from Nemesis, we're in the sewers, and we picked up a second grenade. That'll be useful for the first Nemesis boss battle. This is the area that catches out loads of people, even experienced people sometimes. You have to try and dodge. These are called the normies, as I mentioned earlier, or as Waskels mentioned earlier in her donation. And they're just affectionately named that. They're actually called Hunter Gammas. Oh dear, that's not good. So they take quite a lot of ammo to kill. There is a grenade launcher down here, but we're going to skip it because we will get it automatically later on. So the best thing for us to do is to try and dodge them as best we can. And we can dodge them with perfect dodges, of course. That one there is quite easy to dodge. You just do a double dodge and walk away from him. But this one here, you need to perfect dodge and get onto the ladder. And you probably saw a couple of perfect dodges there. And that was a relatively good lower sewer run. So now we have what we picked up there was the battery. Battery opens these doors, and this is a very small door puzzle. We're going to just aim cancel there so that that one doesn't stun us as it's coming out of the sewers. We're going to go back through, unlock the Tamu lock. I'm going to double dodge there just to be safe so he doesn't kill us, because he will try and chase us. And then that lets us pick the battery back up, and then we can use it for this door and escape the sewers. So we're going to do one aim cancel And I'm going to triple dash up here into a walkie-talkie sequence and skip it immediately. Now, the next area will be a short, sort of like cinematic sequence, as Nemesis grabs us by the head, as you do. Little dodge into there, and straight up the stairs. And we're going to climb to the top of this building, and then we're going to fight Nemesis for the first time. He won't get us. And we just have to aim cancel up these stairs to try and get up them as fast as possible. Very safe wooden plank bridge. And then this is all just cinematic stuff, really. Nemesis chases us with a flamethrower up the building, because instead of just punching us with his massive fists, he decides it's okay to bust out the flamethrower. And straight up the ladder. That area is a little bit iffy sometimes, depending on how you dodge. Jill has a little sequence there where she kind of pretends to fall down but doesn't. And then we climb up the final ladder, and now we get into a boss battle. So what we're going to do is we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he will stagger there. So we're going to throw a grenade at him, and then we're going to shoot him in the chest, and he blows up. Now all we need to do is use this other grenade we picked up to try and get him, and that will bring him to his knees, and we can get on with the rest of the game. Okay. So normally this would be a very long walkie-talkie sequence where there's a bit of dialogue between Jill and Carlos. But here we're going to go into a sort of Resi 2 area. This is the outside of the RPD. And that is the gun shop down there. So if anyone's played Resi 2 Remake but maybe didn't pick up 3, you will recognise this area. It looks a bit different in Resi 2. But obviously this takes place slightly before, I believe, the events of that game. So we're going to get...
Speaking of Resi 2.
Oh, go on.
Mr. X or Nemesis?
Mr. X. Sorry, Nemi. But Mr. X is far more terrifying. So, yeah. I think... I don't know. It's the sense of dread that he invokes in you in the second game.
Just the footsteps all around you.
Yep, just the footsteps everywhere, and sometimes you'll be fine, and you think you're okay for a little bit, and then nah, he's right there in the next room. Okay, we're gonna perfect dodge past that squid head, and straight through this room. Okay, we got past that. That's good. Now,
I do have another... Oh, sorry,
no,
go ahead.
On. No, you go.
Thank you. I do have another 3 donations for you. Is it a good moment?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, I've got another €10 donation from Waskel saying, another €10 for the perfect sewer run. A €10 donation from Averiel saying, keep those gold split hands steady and make that final shot. And a €5 donation from Billy saying, let's go dayc, PogChamp.
My community turning out there with the donations, which is nice. Excellent pronunciation of Veriel, by the way. I never get it right.
One of the perks of being Dutch is living close to France.
Right, okay. We don't need to go through this walkie-talkie sequence. Basically what happened there was Nemesis decided the flamethrower wasn't good enough, so he picked up a rocket launcher, and tried to kill us with that but failed. So now we have to escape a giant rolling head. Don't ask. It basically came off. If you play this game, you will see like things relating to this head, and you can kind of predict this scene is going to happen at some point through the game. And it comes from the top of a toy shop. Okay, so he's behind us now. We just look back so that he stops running, basically. Sometimes he can run all the way up behind you, and that can cause a few problems. You'll remember this alleyway from earlier in the game. Like I said, there's a lot of recursive running in this initial section, and Carlos saves us. So this is pretty much the end of the first sequence with Jill. In every new sequence, when you switch characters, you get full health back. So we didn't need those herbs in the end, but I'm glad we took them, just for safety. And what we'll do next is we will play as Carlos. We get to go back to the RPD. And this is the bit that I dread the most. This is what you'd call the run killer. And it basically involves you having to walk through hordes of zombies or run past hordes of zombies without getting bitten. And there's some very precise movement that you have to do in there. And when I said this game was punishing, we're probably about to see why. So here we are, RPD. Anyone who's played 2 Remake will recognise this. And with Carlos, we don't get the dodge. We get a falcon punch instead. We get a little elbow nudge, and if you do a perfect dodge, it's a falcon punch. And you'll remember this guy. This is Brad from the start. He's been bitten. And we just kind of have to move away from him, really. You can just kind of guide him into the corner and then run around him. I don't need to waste bullets there. Pick up this herb. And we'll drop the knife because we don't need that. Usually I would drop the pistol there as well, but I don't want to soft lock myself into a certain area of the game, so I'll stay safe and keep it on my person. Our friend Tyrell here just says you need to get to the STARS office, and this explains some of the sequences in Resident Evil 2, because obviously it takes place beforehand. So there's certain things in here, if you play through the story mode, through a standard playthrough, that it will make a lot of things in that game make sense. So we're trying to find a guy called Dr. Nathaniel Bard, and we think he's up in the STARS office, but we're not sure. So we're going to go through this door, and you get to see what kills these 2 officers from Resi 2, and it's a licker, surprise, surprise. So we need to walk down here, and there's a guy in our way, so we need to shoot his legs out. And then we're going to try and play chicken with this guy. We won, which is good. Just get to squeeze past him through the door, and then pick up that flashbang and straight through the door, pick up this ammo, and we can skip this walkie-talkie sequence. Now we need to take 1 bite here. That's the 1 bite, and we don't want to take another bite again. That was good, that was clean. Back up to the top floor. I say back up because I've just been playing Resi 2, but we need to go up to the top floor of the RPD. Okay, we've got the key, and the key will let us into the weapon room, the lockers, where you would find the grenade launcher as Claire, or other things on Leon. I forget what it is. It's the SMG. And this is how it gets opened. So we need to throw a flashbang here. That will take us out of the stun. And we can use the key on the door, get in here, and we just need to get a battery. And this battery will help us use the detonator. It's the same kind of detonator you see in Resi 2. So we need to look back and Falcon punch the liquor. Oh, he didn't get us. That's good. That's really good. So you Falcon punch the liquor and pray that he doesn't hit you, so that you can get up the stairs without taking any damage. Here's the electronic gadget, which will allow us to blow up the wall. And this is how the wall gets blown up in Resi 2. And this is the hard bit. So we need to perfect run through here. Oh, very close, very close. That's not good. So we accidentally triggered the liquor there, which is obviously not ideal. But we managed to get past him, which is good. Normally what you would do there is you would just walk out that door and you would just walk past the liquor, but because we got bit right on the door frame, sometimes you have this issue where you can trigger the liquor whilst you're mid-bite, and that means you can't get past the liquor and he will just pounce on you. Fortunately, we got past him. That's the run killer, really, and you can see why. You know, there's a lot of zombies that you need to walk through there that you can't shoot. It takes too much time, too much ammo. So we have to try and use a little bit of happy feet to get through. Okay, so we're back as Jill again. We're picking up some mine rounds, and we're going to put all of our herbs and the useless key into the box. And oh look, it's the grenade launcher from the sewers, and it's the shotgun from the Kite Bros office. That's why we don't pick them up, because they just appear for you. But we do pick up the shotgun extension, which we will use in this next fight. Bullet on him. And then I will explain this fight before we get into it. We're going to try and grab some flame rounds as we start, and then we're going to try and knock Nemesis over to expose his heart, because he's in a different form now. Other than that, I'm going to concentrate on this, because it's kind of a difficult fight.
While you're concentrating, is it okay for me to read some donations?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, because we've got 4 waiting for you. The first one is from Roscoe saying, Day, you're doing so well and surpassing all your goals. Keep going at it. World record in smelling distance. Another €5 donation from Rick the Guy saying, good luck, dayc. Keep up the dodging and staggering and turn Nemi into paste. A €10 donation from Sam and Han saying, go on, dayc. Donation for overcoming the Techie-chan. Gold splits all the way. And finally, a €10 donation from Smather saying, yes, dayc, put Nemesis in the dirt.
Okay, so I'm going to try and get some extra flame damage on Nemesis here. And I got it. Oh, that's a crit. We don't see that very often. Crits are a little bit random. And sometimes you can crit a boss whilst they're down, and obviously you don't want to do that. So we're just gonna, hopefully he will run again now. Yeah, he will. And what you don't want him to do is you don't want him to get out of this heart state, because this is where you're doing the most damage to him. It's an exposed heart. We need to reload here. There we go. And then we beat him. I do apologise. It's a bit of a tough area, that one. So I like to make sure that I concentrate on it. That initial bit where you saw he got knocked over into his heart state, that is, that's the thing I find the toughest to do. Because sometimes he'll just stand there and take it. And then you don't get all that extra damage. So now we've taken Jill to the hospital. She's been infected. So we need to find the vaccine, because this is where Nathaniel Bard is. So we think there's a vaccine here, and we're going to run around the hospital until we find one. I'm going to give this lady a little nudge, and then shoot her, because otherwise she will be right outside that door when we come back through later on, and we don't want that because we'll get bitten. Pick up the cassette player. That's for that that speaker there. We need to find something that has Nathaniel Bard's voice on it. Ooh, that was tight. That was real tight. And hopefully that will let us into the voice recognition locked office of his. So we suspect he's in there, but we can't get in yet. So we're going to go up the stairs. And this is a little bit of a maze in this hospital. And then we want to go right here, out of the broken window, and into the courtyard. And then in the courtyard we will find a key. And the key will let us open the locker room, the staff locker room. So we're going to go and do that. And in the staff locker room, we will find an ID card. And with the ID card, we will go and fetch the cassette. So it's just a little bit of... it's not... Well, I guess it's a puzzle in a way. But it's not like a single puzzle, you know, it's a few different elements that combine to make this this sequence up. And obviously, in a normal playthrough, you would do a lot more exploration than I'm doing now. And you can even go back as Jill and explore this area. So we use the key on the door. And we want to get this flashbang. And we want to get that ID card. Now, we get to meet the land hunters now. I forget what their full name is, but what we can do is we do a bit of camera manipulation here, and we can look up into the sky. So normally he would swipe at you there, but if you look up into the sky, he'll just turn around and go, "Huh? What's going on?" It doesn't really understand what's happening. So we're going to use the key card on here. And then we need to get into this room here with the two very angry hunters in. And we need to make our way through there and get the tape for the cassette. And we're going to use a lot of falcon punches to try and get through. There is a cleaner way to do that, but I'm not particularly very good at it. Flashbang. Oh. Let's get out of here, shall we? So we got the tape. We managed to get out. Okay, that was okay. Wasn't too bad. And we're going to use these herbs just to get us back up to full health. Carlos does not benefit from caution health. He runs slower in caution health, so we want to try and stay topped up as much as possible. Back through here, because we need to go and use the voice recognition machine with the combined cassette tape and tape. And there we go, there's his name, Nathaniel Bard, so that'll recognise us. You know, very, very secure system. And unfortunately, that is Mr. Bard right there. Or Dr. Bard, rather. So we need to look on this computer, we need to read his emails, and then we need to just go into the next room, and very dramatic opening fridge, and there's the vaccine, which is bright pink, absolutely something you'd want to put in your blood. And then we can go and see Jill again, but we've got to escape first, because there's another hunter there, so we're going to run straight past, and into the next room, we hope. As long as they don't hit us. Now, this is complete RNG sometimes. Yeah, there you go. So that's a zombie right outside the door. And one of the reasons why this game is so punishing is because the zombies are far less predictable than Resi 2. They will just mill about and do whatever they want, and sometimes they can end up outside the door like that. I'm just going to dump some of this excess stuff. I'm going to take this for safety, and we're going to go back out. And now we have a little sequence where we're going to pick up this C4 detonator, and some ammo as well. And we just have to kill these zombies, really. That's it. So this is just a time sequence, so if there's any more donations or anything, it's probably a good time.
We certainly do have, and I see that the ticker just went up another bit, so let me refresh. Woohoo. Okay, I've got a €10 donation from Dinny Hoon saying, Big dayc, the Scouse runner in the house. €10 for a glorious RPD run. And I have another €10 donation from Wascals. Thank you very much. And it is saying, what's this? Another €10 for a tasty Nemi too? You got this, dayc.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your donations. Very kind of you. For anyone that doesn't know what a Scouser is, it's someone from Liverpool in England. I feel like I should explain that for anyone in the chat that doesn't know that little tidbit of information. We've had some really good crits in this. We've had about 2 or 3 crits already. So when you see the head explode, that's a crit, and that's just completely random. And these guys, they don't really take that much to kill, especially with the assault rifle. They just get torn through. And you just have to kind of get through these waves. All on a timer, really. Where's the other one? There he is. So now we get a hunter comes through these doors, but you can just kind of slide right past him here. Use a grenade, kill both of these, and then run back out into the room and just keep shooting zombies. I think this is most people's least favourite segment of the game, I'd say, because there's very little room for improvement. You can't really do anything. You just have to kill things in a reasonable time and get through the sequence. And then after this we get to play as Jill again, and that goes into the final sort of section of the game, where we have 2 more Nemesis fights. No squid heads, please. Do not want one of them in there. They can be kind of tough to kill at times. Two more.
I would like to inform you that my cat has joined us to wish you good luck.
Excellent. Right. So we do get another hunter here soon. Can't remember when it is. Can't remember whether it comes through the window now, or whether we get another wave. There he is. Bounce it off the desk and just let him run into it. Nice and clean. And then I think that's the last wave. So these shutters will shut and we need to run over to the box over here. And this box has C4 in it, so we'll just put the detonator in there. We've got one more grenade, which we're going to use now. Usually you can throw that right into the middle of them, but those zombies were being really aggressive then for some reason, so I didn't really want to risk it. I just threw the grenade at the initial pack. And then we can use the flashbangs to kind of burn time here. And we just need to wait for that timer to go and the C4 to go off. That basically just brings the building down on the zombies. And we can skip into the next area where Jill wakes up from the vaccine. She has a little bit of a nightmare there. So we picked up a new pistol here, and the new pistol is a 3-shot pistol. It's like a sort of semi-automatic pistol, where we can, or a burst pistol, I guess you could say, where we will use it on Nemi 4 to bring him down a lot quicker, shall we say. It'll make more sense once we get to that. So we're now going to go into the underground lift section of the hospital. This is called Nest 2, I think. I think this is Nest or Nest 2. I can't remember. But it's nearly identical to the other Nest that you see in Resi 2. Lots of lifts that we have to get through. Nice and entertaining, this bit. And so we're gonna dive to this box. We don't need this lockpick anymore. I think I'm actually gonna take that handgun ammo, and we can get a pouch here. Now, the bad guy of the game, Nikolai, is up there looking ominously down on us. Normally you have to go through a bit of dialogue there, but if you get there quick enough, you can just drop down and skip it. So, fuse box is blown, so we need to go and collect 3 fuses. I'm going to stagger here, and a pale head is going to drop on us. And we're going to try and get around them if we can. That was a little bit awkward. Do apologise. Once you've hit that switch, he can't then get up there, so once we've clicked that, it's all good. If he's in the lift, you won't be able to click that switch. There's the first fuse. We need to get 2 more. And now we get... this area was basically just an excuse for them to reuse assets. You know, there's a variety of different enemies in here. There's 2 doggos, and there's zombies and normies and everything. That was a bit of it.
If you don't mind me asking, is there any added benefit to playing with Jill her stars gear instead of the regular outfit?
So there is 3 outfits in the game. There's the classic outfit, the regular outfit, and the stars outfit. And the reason you're allowed to use them is because they're all exactly the same. So that's one of the good things about the outfits, is you can just kind of pick and choose. I've seen some people do them as donation incentives, and I think I would probably quite like to do like a, you know, pick a costume thing in the next marathon that I take part in. It would be pretty cool. So we got the second fuse here, and we can't skip these explosions, unfortunately. We just have to get past all of these zombies and things as fast as we can. And then we're going to start using the mine rounds. We've got a lot of leftover mine rounds that are very, very useful in this area because we can start clearing out zombies. Gonna unlock that Tamu lock. And then we're going to go and get the 3rd fuse. Surprise hunter. That can be a bit of a pain. And he was actually quite pleasant to us there. Sometimes when you turn around, he just stops and just like doesn't let you past, or he'll try and slash you first. That was a little bit awkward, but I think we can use another mine round there. normally what you do is you put them in the middle of all of those zombies and it would just kind of like, you know, splash damage all of them. We're going to use another flame round in the next sequence because we want to try and skip some dialogue. We meet up with Tyrell. It's Tyrell! And he looks a bit injured. He's not happy. So he's going to put in a little code. And this is a little bit of a strange sequence, actually, because you can try and get in front of him and get a little boost off of him, but it's actually kind of difficult to do that. We kind of got there. That wasn't far. Oh dear, that was not good. Normally that will, when you hit that, it will just immediately skip the dialogue, but sometimes it doesn't. But it's fine. We didn't take any damage. Okay, so we need to go up here. And there is a USB, which I find very strange for 1998. But this is a technical facility, I guess, so we're going to get this USB, and that'll give us access into the next room where we're going to go and get the two different vaccine bases, and then we'll mix them together, we'll create a vaccine, and then we'll be able to go and take that out of Raccoon City and give it to the government. Okay, so, unlocked. Right, this is kind of a tough area because there's a lot going on here and there's a lot of pale heads in here. So we want to use a shotgun bullet there to get past him. And then this is the first test tube, and the other test tube is downstairs. Straight back out. Okay. That's kind of a tough one, that one. There's another one around here, which I'm just going to shoot. I'm going to take a safety herb just in case we somehow get caught, which is very likely down here. And you can see I'm aim cancelling round to try and like just line myself up with bits of the scenery rather than like camera turning around the corner. We can just aim cancel and it will automatically put us in that direction. Okay, this is a little bit of a dull area, so this is probably a good time for any donations if there's any left.
Currently, I don't have any donations, but
No?
I can tell something about what we are, what we do. We are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. Due to the situation surrounding COVID-19, we're currently doing our second BSG online event, with streamers from both the Benelux and the rest of the world bringing you entertainment during the lockdown. We are raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. All of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society.
Very good cause. Right, so we have just got the second test tube pretty easily, which was good. Sometimes that room can cause us problems. If you don't hit the first mine correctly, the damage will get absorbed by the wall and the guys behind them won't take the damage. So we just need to make sure that doesn't happen. And that was a pretty good run. That was a pretty good run. We managed to get the splash damage off the mine rounds, kill both of the first hunters, and then very quickly got rid of the third. So we need to use some mines to sort of get out of here. And a shotgun shell. That'll do. That was pretty clean, that room, actually. Quite happy with that. And this is where we need to mix the two vaccine bases to create the vaccine. That's just a little puzzle, mid, high, low, and then it'll mix the vaccine for us. Then we get chased by Nemesis. Sorry, we go under here. We go under this this grate, this kind of air vent, and we get caught by Nemesis. Tyrell, unfortunately, takes the hit for us, and we have to try and drag ourselves away from an ever-evolving Nemesis. So when you play this game, you'll notice that even though Mr. X is a little bit scarier, and he does evolve, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to pick up this. And I want to pick up this. I'll put this back. Nemesis kind of has a little bit... His forms are a lot scarier than Mr. X's, let's put it that way. And we will see one. We're on the final 2 fights now, so this is Nemesis 3. And he's in the same form as he was in Nemesis 2. And that should be enough damage to put him down. Nope, there we go. Get a little interruption from Carlos there. And then we can run over here, hit him with the flame round, run over there, get the shotgun bullets, and we've got enough for the rest of the fight now. So as he runs around this arena, these power stations will be able to hit the switches on them and shock him, which brings him down and puts him into his heart state again. We crit again, which is quite interesting. That's the second crit this run. Normally you don't see that at all. It's very rare, and we've got very unfortunate that we've just hit 2 at the same time. Okay, he's going to go for his second run. It's fine. He's going to do a jump there. And we're going to use this opportunity to get as much damage down on him as possible. Right, we're in a little bit of a sticky spot here. Need to keep ploughing in with shotgun bullets to get him down. There we go. Okay, that's fine. And that was Nemi 3. That's fairly simple. He does have other phases, but if you push him into certain areas of his health, he will... you will get him into like a smoother cycle that's much easier to manage. So we meet Nikolai. Nikolai traps us down here, and we get to use a railgun called the Finger. I will not explain that joke, but it is going to help us kill Nemesis pretty quickly. So we're going to run... Okay, that normally doesn't happen. I love it when I do marathons and stuff that doesn't normally happen happens. Okay. So what we're going to do is we've got to push in these 3 power cores to power up the railgun again. And you can do them in one cycle if you're quick enough. Otherwise, if you don't get them all in, he grows those pustules, those blobs that you see, and you have to shoot them. But those take 3 pistol shots each to kill. So that's why we have the 3-shot pistol, and I did promise I was going to explain that last time. Okay, we're in. That's good. And then we just triple dash back to the railgun. And we get some meaty shot off on Nemesis. And then we just have to do some quick time events. And we basically, so when we shoot him through the stomach, it creates that big hole in the wall, so not very pleasant for Nemesis. And as you can see, he is splattered all over the room, so hopefully we don't need to take care of him again. Well, we certainly don't in this game. And then this is the final sequence, so we want to make sure that we run up to, there's an elevator on the other side of this door, you can see down there. But you can actually die here, where you can miss a crucial shot to save Carlos. So we'll try not to do that because it's not very pleasant. And this basically takes us to the top of the hospital building. And you can see there, he's kind of got him in a headlock, and he wants you to shoot Nikolai, who's the bad guy. And that is time. So, yeah, and that is Resi 3, guys. A few mistakes in there, but relatively happy with how that run went. I've not really used marathon strats before, so it was a little bit difficult to remember to skip all the walkie-talkie sequences. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Thank you so much for that sick run. I really enjoyed watching it. I'm a Resident Evil fan myself, so it was absolutely great. Any last words for stream?
Just big shout out to my community who've been donating. Everyone else that's donated as well. Thank you very much. It's a great cause, and shout out to BSG for having me.
Thank you so much, dayc. Then, because we are a little bit ahead of schedule, we've got a surprise little extra run for you all. I am gonna quickly pull it up. We are gonna insert the Good Time Garden by the Green Snow Dog into our schedule right now. So we're going into a quick intermission screen with some ads to set up for the run by Green Snow Dog, and we will be right back. Thank you very much.